Now I'm going to check the drive tires. I'm going to check the inside and outside sidewall of both tires for any cuts or bulges. Then I'm going to check that they have a minimum of 2/32 inch of tread depth, and I would check that with a tread depth gauge. Then I'm going to check the tire pressure, make sure it's at 100 psi, and I'd check that with the tire pressure gauge. Then I'm going to check the bud rims, make sure they are butted together and there's nothing stuck between them. Then I'm going to check the inner and outer rim, make sure there is no cracks, welds, or damage. Then I'm going to check the lug nuts, make sure they are tight, there is none missing, and there is no signs of rust or black streaks indicating looseness. Then I'm going to check the inner and outer axle sills, make sure they are not leaking and there is no missing parts. Then I'm going to check the valve stem, make sure it's capped and not touching the rim. Now I'm going to check the side of the trailer. I'm going to make sure that the frame is straight, looking down the side of the trailer. I'm going to check my sidewalls, make sure they are not bulging, there's no missing rivets or loose panels. If it is a flatbed, I'm going to check my tie-down ratchets and make sure there is no holes in the floor or loose boards. Then I'm going to check my reflectors and clearance lights, make sure they are secure, amber in color, and operational. Then I'm going to check my DOT tape, make sure it is present and secure and along the length of the trailer. Then I'm going to check my frame and cross supports, make sure they are not cracked or missing or broken down the length of the trailer. Then I'm going to check that there is nothing hanging down and make sure there is no holes in the floor. Then I'm going to check that my landing gear is fully raised and my support pads are secure and in place. Then I'm going to check the landing gear support frame and cross supports, make sure there is no broken welds, cracks, or damage, and there are no missing nuts or bolts. Then I'm going to check my crank handle, make sure it is secure and in stowed position. As I'm walking alongside the trailer, I'm still checking my DOT tape, frame cross supports, and on flatbeds, I'm still checking my ratchet tie downs. As I get to the center of the trailer, I'm checking my turn signal, four-way flasher, marker, and clearance lights and reflectors. Make sure they are clean and operational and amber in color. Then I'm going to check my air lines. Make sure they're at least 12 inches off the ground and there is no leaks, cuts, or damage if visible. Then I'm going to check the sliding tandem axle track. Make sure there is no missing bolts or cracked welds. If there is no sliding track, mention that to the examiner. Then I'm going to check the sliding tandem locking pins. Make sure they are in place and locked. Then I'm going to check the sliding release arm. Make sure it is down with the safety pin in place, if equipped.